There's something different about playoff baseball in Texas. You can feel it before the first pitch is ever even thrown. It's the sound of metal cleats echoing off of concrete hallways beneath the stadium. It's the dirt being packed around home plate one final time before the lights come on. It's the parents filling the stands early, the students painted in school colors, the nervous energy in the dugouts, the silence that hangs in the air just before warm-ups give way to competition. Because by the time you reach the regional semifinal round of the UIL playoffs, no one is here by accident. Every team left standing has earned their place. Every roster still alive has survived months of pressure, expectations, setbacks, practices, bus rides, weight rooms, and long nights just to get here. And tonight, in Abilene, two of the best programs in the state of Texas meet with everything in front of them. For the defending state champions from Aledo, this moment feels familiar. But familiar doesn't make it easier. The Bearcats entered tonight with a remarkable 36-4 overall record, undefeated district champions at 10-0, ranked 5th in the entire state of Texas. And though those first two rounds of the postseason, they've looked like a team playing with confidence, purpose, and the expectation that their season should still have a long way to go. This Aledo program is one that understands what championship baseball looks like. A program that climbed the mountain 1 year ago. A program that knows every single playoff game becomes harder than the last. Because once you become the defending champion, every opponent circles your name. Every stadium gets louder. Every moment carries more weight. And every team believes that they can be the one to end your season. And tonight, standing across from them, is the Amarillo Sandies team fully capable of doing exactly that. 32 wins, just 4 losses, ranked 18th in the state of Texas, undefeated in playoff play, battle-tested, disciplined, and dangerous. The Sandies didn't travel to Abilene to admire the beautiful turf field that's in front of them tonight. They came to win it. And that's just what makes this series feel so big before a single inning has even been played. This isn't just another playoff game. This is the regional semifinal round, the gateway to regional finals, one step closer to the state semifinals, one step closer to Austin, one step closer to playing for a state championship under the biggest lights in Texas high school baseball. Every pitch matters. One hanging breaking ball can change a season. One driving catch can become part of school history. One clutch at bat can live forever in a community. That's the beauty of playoff baseball. The game slows down and speeds up at the exact same time. 7 innings suddenly feels endless until you realize there's only 3 outs left. And for seniors on both sides tonight, every inning could potentially be one of the final innings they ever play wearing their school colors. That reality changes everything for these high school players. It turns ordinary baseball moments into unforgettable memories. And tonight, all of it unfolds here in West Texas under the lights of Abilene Christian University. Game 1 of this best-of-3 regional semifinal series begins tonight. Game 2 waits tomorrow for us at 1 p.m., and if necessary, a decisive Game 3 will follow just 30 minutes later. No easy road, no guarantees, just playoff baseball the way Texas intended it to be. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into NTX Varsity Sports pregame show presented by 92.1 Hank FM and Highly Mazda of Fort Worth. I'm Parker Burrows, and tonight we're proud to bring you live coverage of the defending state champion Aledo Bearcats taking on the Amarillo Sandies in the regional semifinal round of the UIL Texas High School Baseball Playoffs. Whether you're listening from Aledo, Amarillo, Abilene, or everywhere else across the state or nation tonight, we're glad to have you with us for what should be an incredible night of high school baseball in the state of Texas. Pre-game coverage starts now. We have an interview with Coach Barry coming up next, and in the first pitch scheduled for 7:30. Tonight, it's not just a baseball game, it's Texas playoff baseball, and you're listening here with us on NTX Varsity Sports, a Worldwide Ranch production. Again, I'm Parker Burrows, your host tonight, joined by Brody Gates, my color caller, and we're happy to have you with us. We'll be back after the timeout with a quick pregame interview with Coach Barry. Back after this. Sitting here with Coach Barry in the pregame show. Coach Barry, what's the feeling around the group heading into a series like this against another top 20 team in the state?
It's exciting for sure. We're excited to be here again, and we're meeting the same team we met in the same round last year, so it says a lot about both programs being consistent.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable, peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Sitting here with Coach Barry in the pregame show. Coach Barry, what's the feeling around the group heading into a series like this against another top 20 team in the state?
It's exciting for sure. We're excited to be here again, and we're meeting the same team we met in the same round last year, so it says a lot about both programs being consistently good for a number amount of years, and so I think you're going to see a great series.
Coach, you've been through deep playoff runs before. What kind of feels different about this team to some of the other ones you've coached in your career?
I think they embrace having the target on their back, knowing that they're the defending champions. I think they've known that all year long. We talked about that before the season ever started, that you're going to be a marked team. Last year's team got to kind of experience everything for the first time, and I said this year the expectations were already set. You should go back, and so they've had that target on their back. They've had that expectation, and they've lived with it all season long, and they've risen up and met the challenge each and every time.
Coach, in that Pascal series, what stood out to you most about the way that your team handled pressure situations?
I thought we stayed relaxed, we stayed calm, we just kept playing baseball. Even when Game 2, when they got off to an early lead in the first inning, there was no panic. I think the kids just realized there's a lot of baseball left. We got to go answer. We got to chip away. We got to have good at bats, grind out at bats, find ways on base, move runners, and just keep playing the game. I thought they did a great job with that.
Absolutely. It was a fun series to watch. Lucas Naraki gave you a huge start against Pascal. What did you see from him that maybe doesn't always show up in the stat line?
I thought he had just really, really good command of the slider. I mean, sometimes that pitch is a little hit or miss with him because it has so much spin rate, but I thought he controlled it really well and made it really effective when he used it. And then I thought he had a really good plan of attack with his fastball, moving his fastball up and around the zone all night.
Yeah, absolutely. When Naraki's commanding the zone the way he was in that Pascal series, how much does that change the confidence of the entire dugout?
I think it changes because they realize, like, hey, we don't have to go score 5 or 6 runs to win a baseball game. We go get a couple of runs, and he's going to, anybody that's facing him tonight is going to have a tough time putting together 2 or 3 or 4 hits to match that. And so I think it helps them relax, helps them realize, like, I can go up and I can have a good at bat. If I see something I really want to go after, I have the luxury of being able to do that.
Without giving too much away, what's kind of your plan for Naraki in this series?
Same thing as last week. He's going to pitch tonight. They're throwing their ace tonight. They're throwing their right-handed kid, that big velo kid, sophomore Tegan Tate. He's really good. Or Tegan Tate, I think is his name. So it should be, 2 aces going at it. So it should be a really, really, really good game.
And then if it ends up going to that Game 3 tomorrow night, would you put Naraki back in, or are you just going to keep him?
No, I wouldn't do that to him. Once he pitches and does his workload, I mean, he's done. Whether that's 80 pitches, whether that's 90 pitches, or 100 pitches. Once he's done, he's done for the weekend. He'll just hit after that.
Sweet. And he had a great hit in that second game of the Pascal series.
Oh, yeah.
He was a great two-way player. Like I said, without giving too much away, what's the biggest challenge Amarillo presents to you when you're reviewing it offensively?
Experience. They returned a lot of starters from last year, so they've got a year of experience under their belt. I would imagine they probably have had this series circled on their calendar for quite some time, knowing that there's a pretty good chance they're going to get a shot at us again. And so, I think they're going to be geared up and ready to go, and they're going to have a better plan of attack going, in this year as opposed to last. And at the same time, it's still baseball. You still got to play baseball, and teams change. They have some few different faces in the lineup. We have a few different faces in the lineup. So it's different in that aspect, but at the same time, it's still 2 really good programs facing off in the third round.
And knowing that they've had kind of this matchup circled for a while, what do you want to see from your team in the first couple innings tonight?
I'd like to see us get off to a really good start. I want to put pressure on them as quick as we can offensively, and then We want to play lockdown defense, have great pitching, and just, really shine in all three facets of the game. If we can do that and be consistent in all three of them, I think we're going to have a good night.
Yeah. For Bearcat fans making the trip out here to Abilene tonight, what kind of baseball game are you expecting, and what kind of baseball game can they expect?
Should be a good one for sure. I think you're going to see two really good pitchers going at it, and you're going to see offenses are going to have limited opportunities to score runs, and so the ones that can cash in on their opportunities are probably going to be the one that wins the game.
And is that pitching matchup what excites you the most about this game tonight, or what kind of excites you most about the series?
Just getting it started. It's you're used to playing during district and stuff. You're used to playing Tuesdays and Fridays, so you never have to wait very long before there's another game. And then you go through. Our kids go through Monday practice, Tuesday practice, Wednesday practice, and then before they get to play again. And so I think there's a lot of anticipation for it, a lot of excitement. And so we're just glad Thursday's here.
Well, Coach, this is my last question. Starting out at Little League all the way through the majors, baseball is a very superstitious sport. Do you have a team tradition or superstition, like not washing the socks, jerseys, anything that you can share, or do you want to keep that on the down low?
No, it's nothing really. I mean, some of these kids probably do, but no, I don't really have any little quirks or superstitions or anything like that. Maybe I should. I don't know, but I don't seem to now. Last year, I tried to wear a different pullover one game, and then the kids got mad at me and told me no. Couldn't change anything because what I'd been wearing each game was working. And so, if anything, I'm wearing the same pullover I've worn for all playoff games so far this year. So, as long as things keep going well, I'll probably keep wearing the same one.
Well, there you go, the pullover. All right, well, Coach, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No
Good
problem.
luck tonight.
Thank you.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome into the Highly Mazda of Fort Worth broadcast table here live in Abilene Christian University tonight, coming to you for the Amarillo Sandies and the Aledo Bearcats baseball game we have coming up here shortly. We're going through opening lineups right now. We're going to go through the visiting team first, the Aledo Bearcats. Batting first, leading off is number 61, Lucas Naraki, the pitcher. Batting second, number 21, is Luke Gladchuck, the center fielder. Batting third, number 8, Landon Barnes, the second baseman. Batting fourth, number 24, Dylan Duran, the third baseman. Batting fifth is the designated hitter, number 30, Reed Huffman. Batting sixth for the Bearcats is going to be number 10, Wilson Sinim, the left fielder. Batting seventh, number 1, Will Casey, the shortstop. Batting eighth, number 2, Jackson Lowe's, the first baseman. Batting ninth, number 4, Kyle Poindexter, the right fielder. And at catcher tonight is going to be number 19, Connor Whitmire. For the Amarillo Sandies, leading off is going to be number 3, Jimmy Escajea. Number 7, Talon Jones. Batting third, number 2, Austin Slaughter. Batting fourth, number 26, Jaden Cadillo. Batting fifth, number 25, Xander Plowman. Batting fifth, number 25, Xander Plowman. Batting sixth, number 5, Tate Blackwell. Batting seventh, number 8, Ian Herrick. Batting eighth, number 1, Dylan Greider. Batting ninth, number 11, Oliver Parsons. And the pitcher tonight for the Amarillo Sandies will be Tegan Tate, number 14. We have the national anthem playing right now live in Amarillo. We're happy to be coming to you, like I said, from the Highly Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table here The Aledo Bearcats softball team will be facing off against Abilene tomorrow in Graham. I hope you didn't get the games confused and drive out to Abilene tonight to watch the baseball game against Amarillo. The wind tonight is strong here in Amarillo as we are in west central Texas. It is blowing towards the left field pole line. So we're going to see probably more baseballs rather than not head towards that left side of the field foul pole. "90 degrees here in Abilene tonight. One of the warmest games this baseball team has played so far for Aledo. I'm sure Amarillo's a little bit more used to the weather, but this is, I think, one of the warmest baseball games Aledo has played all season. The wind tonight at 18 miles an hour starting off, only bound to get stronger towards that north side, that left field line. The gust reaching up to 27 miles an hour throughout the night if we get hit by those gusts. So we're in for a windy game tonight, folks. Tegan Tate now warming up on the mound, warming up his pitches. We get ready for Lucas Naraki, number 61, to lead off for the Aledo Bearcats. Lucas Naraki with a home run, out of the park home run last time out during that Pascal series. Kind of a crazy way to lead off and really put some energy behind that series there for Aledo. You could hear tonight on that pregame interview with Coach Barry that Naraki is kind of the energy behind tonight, as we expect to see a really strong, powerful matchup between number 61, Lucas Naraki, and number 14, Tegan Tate. We have the team warming up right now. Lucas Naraki now making his way towards home plate, getting ready to start off this baseball game. The time is 7:32. We're about 2 minutes past when we thought we'd start. The Sandies team already louder than ever. Here as Lucas Naraki steps back into the box for the first time tonight, the leadoff batter for Aledo. The first pitch from Tate on the mound, wound up and is away. And there's going to be strike one at 7:33. The first pitch is thrown to start this series in the regional semifinal playoff game. And there's going to be strike number two on Naraki. Tate throwing it inside, pitch there. Grazed the box, what's called a strike. Naraki now having to adjust inside the box. Tate on the rubber, winding up, and the pitch is away. On the outside, that's going to bring out ball number one. That's going to make it a 1-2 count now for Lucas Naraki. And there's a hit from Naraki. That one pop up caught by the shortstop. Number 7, Talon Jones, getting the pop-up out there. I'm so sorry. A miscommunication on my part. It was caught in the air, but then he dropped it. Talon Jones dropped it in the air, went through his glove and bounced. That's going to put Lucas Naraki on first. A single there for Naraki to start out the top of the first. That's going to bring up number 21, the center fielder, Luke Gladchuk now. And a foul ball there is going to bring out strike number one for Gladchuk. Gladchuck now stepping back into the box. He comes into this game with a .405 batting average, 20 RBIs and 30 hits. Tate throws it back to first, trying to get the substitute runner for Naraki out as a courtesy runner, as Naraki's the pitcher. Didn't like the leadoff, Tate. An 0-1 count now for Gladchuck. Off that foul ball, he's back in the box looking to take the pitch, and takes a pitch that's 2 on the inside from Tate. That's going to bring out ball number 1 to make it a 1-1 count. Gladchuck, one of the best bats all around offensively on this roster. He takes a low pitch. We got a runner coming in, sliding into second, tagged out on the steal. That's going to bring out number 1 as the courtesy runner for Lucas Naraki slides into second. Decided to run just a little too late. That's going to make it 1 out here in the top of the first. You can hear the energy coming from the crowd here tonight. Amarillo and Aledo have traveled rather heavily to be at this game. Tate's winding up, and the pitch is now away on the outside, and that's going to bring out ball number 3. That's going to make it a 3-1 count now for Luke Gladchuck. And the pitch wound up by Tate and sent away. That one a little low is going to be called ball number 4 to put a runner on first. If you're listening here and watching the game live, there is about a 20-second delay. So I really appreciate you tuning in and listening while we're here tonight live in Abilene. Landon Barnes in the box, number 8, takes his first pitch, and that brings out a ball from Tate. That's going to make it a 1-0 count for Landon Barnes, the second baseman, as he's now in the box. Again, the pitch low and on the inside, but it's called a strike, so that's going to bring out strike number 1, making it a 1-1 count now for Landon Barnes. Landon Barnes in the box. His hand comes down, the pitch is away. He hits it, rips one, flying towards left field. It's going. It's going. Up in the air, caught against the wall. I thought that one was out of here. The left fielder for the Amarillo Sandies, number 11, Oliver Parsons, having to jump into the wall and almost reaching over it to grab that one out of the sky. Kind of spoiling Landon Barnes' fun there. What could have been an out-of-the-park home run had it just had about one more foot of breath underneath of it. That does bring out number 2, with runner still on first. Dylan Duran, number 24, the third baseman now in the box. Dylan Duran on the pitch, takes a low pitch on the over the middle, is just low. And that's going to be ball number 1 to make it a 1-0 count now for Dylan Duran. Duran back in the box looking to take this pitch, and it's away on the outside from Tate. That's going to bring out ball number 2 to make it a 2-0 count. As Tate gets readjusted on the mound, Dylan Duran stays in the box. He's focused. The ball. A big swing there from Dylan Duran. He comes out over the ball. No contact. That's going to bring out strike number 1 for a 2-1 count. Tate now back on the rubber, winding up, the pitch is away. Connection, grounder to second, tagged up on second, and there's the force out from 3. That's going to send us now to the bottom of the first here in Abilene. Aledo leaving one runner on base. An odd inning there. We saw some really good offense played by Aledo and some really good defense played by Amarillo. That's kind of something we expected to see. Mentioned by Coach Barry in that pregame interview, he expects a strong matchup, says that Amarillo's probably had Aledo circled on their calendars as this matchup being a 1 to target in their season, a matchup that they've seen before. As Lucas Naraki now gets ready to step on the mound, we're going to take a 30-second timeout to tell you about our broadcast table sponsor, Hiley Mazda Fort Worth. We'll be right back after this.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable. Peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
Welcome back to the Hiley Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table, live in Abilene, Texas tonight at Abilene Christian University, where Lucas Naraki is finishing up on the mound to warm up. Leading off for the Amarillo Sandies, we will see the first baseman, Jimmy Escajeda, come up first to bat, as he does. Number 3, Jimmy Escajeda has a .439 batting average, a .526 on-base percentage as he gets ready to step into the box to take his first pitch from Lucas Naraki. Lucas Naraki with a .420 ERA. 110 strikeouts on the season so far. And Jimmy hits a grounder. That one going to first. Naraki misses. It was an underhand pitch from the first baseman, underhand toss rather, and Lucas Naraki on the run just misses it out of his glove, and that's going to put Jimmy on first base. He gets a courtesy runner, as he is a pitcher for the Sandies. He now has a courtesy runner on first base, and that's going to put a runner on first. The first error of the night, I think that one is going to end up going against Aledo. Now we have Talon Jones, number 7, in the box. Looking to take this pitch from Naraki. Naraki pitches on the outside and low. That's going to bring out ball number 1. Talon Jones steps into the box with a .404 batting average, 46 hits, 35 RBIs, and 43 runs scored on the season so far. Naraki on the pitch. Back to the rubber. Winding up now and away. Showing bunt from Jones. And that's going to be strike number 1 from Naraki to make it a 1-1 count. Our first strike seen from Naraki tonight. As Naraki's back on the rubber now. The pitch is away. That one a little low and on the outside. That's going to bring out ball number 2. You can hear the disagreement there from the Aledo fans. As Naraki now winds up and throws a heater down the middle for strike number 2. That's going to bring out a 2-2 count now for Talon Jones. Talon Jones, who's had 11 doubles and 7 triples so far this season, looking to get on base here. A dynamic offensive player for the Sandies team in the box. Takes a big swing, and that's going to be out number 1. Strikeout number 111 for Lucas Naraki. Whitmire, the catcher, communicating to the infield staff. 1 down, 2 more to go here in the bottom of the first. As that brings out number 2, Austin Slaughter, to the box. Slaughter with a .472 batting average, of .544 on-base percentage. Looking to leverage that .544 on-base percentage here. Naraki on the rubber, winding up now, looking to pitch, and he does. Throws a heater down the inside side of the strike zone. That's going to bring out strike number 1. An electric pitch there. Lucas Naraki, the LSU pitcher, back on the mound, winding up. Big swing there from Slaughter. That's going to bring out strike number 2. Slaughter with 50 hits and 10 triples on the season so far. Looking for the 51st hit. Slaughter, an offensive catalyst and arguably the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, now taking on one of the most dangerous pitchers in the state of Texas. And a smack there from Slaughter. Sends it to center field. It bounces in the gap. The throw now to third. Underthrown. Grounded past. And that's going to be another error for the Aledo Bearcats. Number 24, the third baseman, trying to get to the base and tag the bag to get that force out at third. But a short throw from the center fielder, Wilson Sanim, to number 23, Garrett Love, doesn't allow that to happen. That's going to send in number 26, Jaden Cadillo, as he's now in the box for the Sandies. The Sandies with a runner now on third and second. An inside pitch there is going to bring out ball number 1 for Naraki. Jaden Cadillo now back in the box looking to take this pitch from Naraki. Cadillo with a .430 batting average. Takes an outside pitch for ball number 2. That's going to make it a 2-0 count now for Cedillo as he gets ready and is back in the box. Cedillo with 43 hits and 32 RBIs on the season so far. He has RBI number 33 and 34 on base now. Cedillo in the box. Takes strike number 1. A heater on the outside side of that strike zone from Lucas Naraki. Naraki now back on the rubber, is set. A runner on second and third for Jaden Cedillo as he gets ready in the box. And there's going to be strike number 2 to make it a 2-2 count. Again, a heater thrown by Naraki on the outside side. A little bit of a breaking ball there. Naraki now set on the mound. Hand goes in the glove, leg up and winding it away. A high pitch thrown at eye level from Naraki. He's going to bring out ball number 3 to make it a full count now for Jaden Cedillo. Cedillo has a lot of pressure on him, but now so does Naraki. If Naraki throws a pitch too high, too wide, or too low, that puts another runner on base. Cedillo has to swing if it's perfect, but doesn't if he doesn't want to. Naraki now waving off a pitch call from Whitmire, nodding at 1. Back on the rubber now. Naraki's pitch is away. Thrown on the inside and high, and that's going to be ball number 4 for Jaden Cedillo. Lucas Naraki now having to get reset, taking a moment to bring himself back together, having a quick conversation with Whitmire. Whitmire signaling to the third and first baseman so that they know their plan. Bases are now loaded as number 25, the designated hitter, Xander Plowman, steps into the box. Xander Plowman with a .333 batting average, a .455 on-base percentage, looking to take his first pitch from Naraki on the outside, but a big swing, and that's going to bring out strike number 1. Xander Plowman with 21 RBIs, a strong offensive contributor, really relying on a big RBI production here for the Sandies. Naraki winding up and away. A big swing there from Plowman is going to bring out strike number 2. An 0-2 count now for Jaden Cedillo, trying to leverage that .430 batting average against Lucas Naraki. Naraki now nodding at a call from Whitmire, getting set. And his hand goes in his glove. The pitch. Inside and high from Naraki. That's going to bring out ball number 1, a 1-2 count there. Nicely done by Xander Plowman, a turn inside, making sure not to wear that one, but also being willing to if he needed to. As Plowman now stepping back in the box. The pitch from Naraki. Fouled out and behind him. That's going to bring out a foul ball to keep him exactly where he's at, a 1-2 count. As Naraki gets set on the mound. A 1-2 count now for Xander Plowman as he's now back in the box. Naraki nodding off a call from Whitmire, saying yes to this one. Hand in his glove, looking around the bases, evaluating the infield situation. Steps off. He wasn't set yet, so not a balk, but he does have to reevaluate. He didn't like the situation. He took a moment there to look around the bases, see the bases loaded and all their leadoffs. Didn't like it. Now the pitch. A heater. But that one too far on the outside, and that's going to bring out ball number 2 to make it a 2-2 count now for Xander Plowman. The pitch from Naraki. Calling timeout is Lucas Naraki. He's calling up Whitmire. The home plate umpire shaking him off. And here comes Chad Berry calling an official timeout. And now comes Whitmire. It looks like we're going to have an entire infield staff meeting. The Amarillo side of this ballpark is cheering very loudly at the fact that we're here at the bottom of the first, and one of the #1 pitchers in the state of Texas just called his first time out of the game here in the bottom of the first to evaluate. Bases loaded, 1 out. Need a solid game plan. Naraki now getting some high fives and knuckles from all of his infield staff. Whitmire having the last word with him. Chad Berry walking back to the dugout now. And we have a smile on the face of Lucas Naraki. It looks like whatever needed to be discussed was discussed well. They have their game plan moving forward here in the bottom of the first. Still with number 5, Xander Plowman in the box with a 2-2 count. Bases loaded. Pitches away and fouled off. Sending it to that left field side. A little late on the swing there from Xander Plowman. With a 2-2 count, Xander Plowman staying alive there at that foul ball. Would have been a strike had he not swung. The pitch from Lucas Naraki's away. And low, and that's going to bring out ball number 3. Coming in, a curve to that ball, just had a little bit too much of a drop there towards the later half of that, traveling journey to the home plate line. Came in a little lower than the strike zone. Lucas Naraki now back at home plate. Back on the rubber. Nodding at a call from Whitmire. Gets set. And the pitch is away. That one's hit. Nailed by Xander Plowman. Center field running to grab it out of the sky. And he does. He pulls it. There's out number 2. They're thrown out to third base. It's not there in time. A much better throw to third base that time from center field. However, it did allow the runner on third to score. That ball had an exit speed of 95 miles an hour. Coming off the bat, 95 mile an hour exit velocity there from Xander Plowman. It did allow our first run of the game here in the bottom of the first. Meaning Amarillo leads Aledo Bearcats 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. That brings up Tate Blackwell, the second baseman, number 5. And some confusion now happening. I'm going to bring in our color commentator, Brody Gates, to kind of explain what he just watched play out.
Well, it looked like who was on first base for Amarillo? It looked like first base was trying to steal second when Lucas Naraki was distracted up on the mound, and then second base was trying to get the ball back from Lucas Naraki. I'm not entirely sure.
A big swing there from number 5, Tate Blackwell. And that's going to bring out strike number 1. A 0-1 count there from Lucas Naraki now. A big heater. 92 miles an hour from Lucas Naraki. Down the middle. Thank you to Brody Gates for that kind of explanation. The pitcher wasn't set, and we already had someone trying to steal. That's why that infield umpire there towards second base was ushering him back, saying, not yet. Now, there was emotion and effort to get him out, and I think Aledo thought they had, and that's where that confusion came from. Lucas Naraki throwing a ball on the outside. That's going to make it a 1-1 count. A foul ball down the right side there for number 5. Tate Blackwell is going to bring out strike number 2 to make it a 1-2 count. Tate Blackwell with a .360 batting average, a .491 on-base percentage, stepping into the box. Whitmire calling signals and making signs with his hands, communicating. The catcher telling his infield staff what the plan is. 2 outs with a runner on first and third. As number 5, Tate Blackwell's back in the box. And there is an 83-mile-an-hour slider that falls on the outside, and that's going to bring out ball number 2, making it a 2-2 count here for Lucas Naraki on Tate Blackwell. Naraki now nods at a call from Whitmire, pitches away. A little high, and now the steal. Steele coming down a second. The second baseman not tagging the base or not making a big effort to get that steal to second out, knowing he has a runner on third that already had a decent-sized leadoff. By choosing not to deal with the runner on second, he did leave the runner on third base. No run scored there from Amarillo. Tate Blackwell now with a 3-2 count. Full count, pitches away. On the inside, that's going to bring out ball number 4 for Tate Blackwell. And that brings out number 8, Ian Herrick, to combat for the Amarillo Sandies. Ian Herrick with a .300 batting average, a .442 on-base percentage. 26 RBIs so far this season. He's got 27, 28, and 29 on base now. 24 hits, 15 walks. He knows what he likes to hit, and he knows what he doesn't like. Naraki's going to have to put it exactly where he wants to strike this batter out. Bases loaded once again here in the bottom of the first. And there's going to be strike number 1 from Naraki. 92 miles an hour down the middle. That ball had some speed to it. Naraki now winding up on the mound. Bases loaded, set, pitches away. That one fouled off and sent behind him. That's going to bring out strike number 2. Naraki with 1 strikeout so far in this inning. Looking for a second, which would make it his 112th strikeout of the season so far. Naraki now nodding at a call. Getting set. Every runner on the base has a leadoff, ready to run if they get the chance. The pitch on the outside and high from Naraki. That's going to bring out ball number 1, making it a 1-2 count now. As Ian Herrick steps back into the box with a 1-2 count. He's set. His hand comes down. Naraki nods at a call from Whitmire, and the ball's away. High and over it, just outside of the top corner of that strike zone. That's going to bring out ball number 2 to make it a 2-2 count. Naraki knows he can't afford another walk here. Lots of pressure on the pitcher. As he has to evaluate. We have a timeout call from the home plate umpire. Looks like Ian Herrick had to get reset. He comes back into the box now with that 2-2 count. Naraki has a smile on his face as he gets set, nodding at a call from Whitmire, the catcher. And a hand in the glove, the pitch is away. That one smacked out of the field of play down the right side. That's going to bring out a foul ball to keep Ian Herrick at a 2-2 count. Some connection there. And the pitch from Naraki is in his glove, wound up and now away. That one's fouled off behind him again. Ian Herrick late on the swing. I don't blame him. 91 miles an hour down the middle there from Lucas Naraki. Makes it a little hard to time that swing right when it's above that 90-mile-an-hour mark. That's why Lucas Naraki's an LSU commit. That's why he was one of the All-Star State Players of the Year last year on that state champion team. A 2-2 count now, though. And the pitch is away. Down the middle at 82 miles an hour, he slows it down, and that's going to be a strike number 3 for Lucas Naraki's 113th strike of the season so far. And that's going to bring us now to the top of the second inning. Amarillo leaves 3 runners on base, 1 run off of 1 hit, and we'll be right back after this quick 60-second timeout here live in Abilene.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Welcome back to the Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth broadcast table as number 30, Reed Huffman, the designated hitter for Aledo, gets ready and is stepping into the box. Umpire's hand still up, waiting for Huffman to get set, and he is. Looking to take this pitch from Tegan Tate. On the inside, that's going to bring out ball number 1, coming in at 90 miles an hour from Tate. Number 14, the pitch. Reed Huffman thought about swinging at that one, decided against it at the last second. He's safe. That's going to bring out ball number 2. That pitch a little low. Still over the middle, but just too low. It wasn't in the strike zone. Tegan Tate with 82 strikeouts on the season so far. That's going to be strike number 1 for Tate, making it a 2-1 count. Huffman, I don't think liked that one either. Here's the next one. That one smacked by Reed Huffman. Straight to second base, running. Tagged out at first. And that's going to bring out number 1 here in the top of the second. It's 8:03 p.m. here in Abilene, which means that first inning, the top and bottom combined, took 31 minutes flat. It's a long first inning. Means we're in for a good series of baseball here in Abilene as number 10, Wilson Sinem, steps into the box. Sinem with a .412 batting average. He gets a hit off the rip, sending it to left field, and it's caught, pulled out of the air by the left fielder. Number 11, Oliver Parsons. He pulls that one out of the sky rather quickly, making sure to hustle over. He was on kind of the far left territory and hustled to that gap in between left and center field to pull that one out of the sky. That's going to bring out number 2. And number 1, Will Casey, steps up to bat. And he takes strike number 1. That one to some disagreement from the Aledo Bearcats fan. A little low on the outside, but still called a strike, so it's a strike. An 0-1 count now for Casey. And a big swing there from Casey, but he's kind of got jammed up. It was more of an inside pitch, and so he tried to adjust halfway through that swing, and it just, I think, kind of fell short for him as he was really below the swing on that one. That's going to make it an 0-2 count now for Will Casey. 2 outs for Aledo. Casey steps out of the box to readjust, and he's back. Tegan Tate with the pitch. On the inside there, and that's going to bring out ball number 1 to make it a 1-2 count. And there's strike 3 from Tegan Tate. 3 up, 3 down for Aledo here in the top of the second. They're going to have to adjust offensively the rest of this ball game. We've had 32 minutes of baseball so far, and I think a collective 5 minutes of it has been Aledo at bat. That might be harsh. It might be closer to 7, but still, we've seen the Amarillo Sandies really come out, I think, in a defensive setting in a way that Aledo wasn't quite expecting off the rip here. Really eliminating the strong offensive structure we've seen the Aledo Bearcats have these last few games in the playoff series. We're going to have to see Aledo adjust, and this is one of the first times we've seen them truly under this kind of pressure in the playoff series. We are waiting for the Sandies runner or batter to appear, rather. So we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, coming to you live from the Highly Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. Let's give you a quick timeout to tell you a little bit more about our broadcast table partner.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Highly Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Highly Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Dylan Grider now takes a low pitch from Naraki for ball number 1. Dylan Grider, number 1 for the Sandies, a .260 batting average. Gets a hit. That one a little late on the swing, sends it out of the field to play on the right side. That's going to bring out strike number 1 on that foul ball. 1-1 count now. Aledo still looking composed on defense after having been put under pressure offensively. And there's going to be strike number 1 from Naraki. A 91 mile an hour, or strike number 2, sorry. A 91 mile an hour fastball. Naraki on the pitch. Outside there from Naraki. That's going to bring out ball number 2, make it a 2-2 count. Lucas Naraki now back on the rubber, hand in his glove, winding up, and the pitch is away. That one's fouled or hit straight into the ground. Rolls to the third baseman. Number 24, Dylan Duran, hurls it to first base. To number 2, Jackson Lowe's, tags out Dylan Grider at first. That's going to bring out number 1. Good adjustment there from Aledo. Very quick out. That brings out number 11, Oliver Parsons. Oliver Parsons takes strike number 1. A big swing there. Thought he pulled it back in time. The umpire checking with the third base line umpire, and it was called a strike. A 0-1 count now for Oliver Parsons. And it's hit. That one bounces on the fair side at third base. Going into left field, thrown to second. And that's going to put a runner on first for the Amarillo Sandies. That's hit number 2 for the Sandies so far tonight. And that's going to bring out their leadoff batter, top of the lineup, number 3, Jimmy Escajeda, back out into the box. His hand comes down and he's set. On the pitch, gets a foul ball, sends it behind him. That's going to bring out strike number 1 for Jimmy. Lucas Naraki now. Hand in his glove on the rubber, winding up, and the pitch is away. Slows it down. had a little bit of a curve to it in the middle there, and that's an 81-mile-an-hour strike on the outside there of the strike box. Naraki throws an inside pitch, but it's swung at by Jimmy, and that's going to be strike number 3. Lucas Naraki's 113th strikeout of the season so far. His third strikeout tonight. That brings out number 7, Talon Jones. As Naraki throws a pitch a little bit lower on the outside, Talon didn't swing at it. That's going to bring out ball number 1. A 1-0 count now for Talon Jones. The pitch. Again on the outside. Some disagreement there from the Aledo Bearcats fans. If it was outside the strike zone, it was just by a hair. The pitch. Big swing there from Talon Jones. And that's going to bring out strike number 1. A 2-1 count now for Talon as he gets ready to step back into the box. Jones is set. Naraki nods at a call from Whitmire. Winding up and away. On the inside, Jones sends his runner to second. The ball bouncing is a little too low. Bounced off Whitmire's foot into the backstop wall, allowing that runner to steal second base off of that. And now Aledo with a runner on Amarillo with a runner on second. Talon Jones in the box. Naraki nodding at a call from Connor Whitmire. The pitch. And a big swing there from Talon Jones is going to bring out strike number 2 to make it a full count. We've seen quite a few full counts throughout this ball game already, even though we're here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs for Amarillo. Naraki on the rubber, winding up and the pitch is away. Fouled out behind him. Jones stays alive, but under pressure. Staying at a full count. Having a pitch come at him 94 miles an hour from Naraki. And there's strike 3 from Naraki. There's 4 strikeouts tonight so far. And that's going to send us to the top of the third. A 93-mile-an-hour strike down the middle. No hesitation there. Little on the inside, but still in the middle, that inside middle zone of the strike zone. And that brings out number 3 to send us to the top of the third. Really good composure and composition there by the Aledo defense. Showing up, knowing that they've had 2 quick offensive showings in the top of the first and second, returning in the bottom of the second, composed, confident, really understanding the situation and taking care of business quickly and doing the job well. Good job there by Lucas Naraki, Connor Whitmire, and the entire infield and outfield Aledo staff there to defensively handle the bottom of the second. We're going to head now into the top of the third, a much shorter time spent between innings now as it's only 8:13. That inning, less than half of the amount of time that the first inning took. Had to get things revved up here, kind of like an engine. Aledo warming up their their batter, as number 14, Tegan Tate, warms up on the mound with his catcher, Jimmy Escajeda, as they practice their second base run-throughs. And number 2, Jackson Lowe's, the first baseman, signaling that he's ready, waiting to step into the box, and he gets the okay. Number 2, Jackson Lowe's, now in the box. Gets a hit off immediately. Bounces in left field. It's fair. He's rounding second. All right, rounding first, thinking about going to second, comes back to first. Off an 89-mile-an-hour pitch, that ball had a 96-mile-an-hour exit velocity there for Jackson Lowe's to send it into the gap between left and center field, bouncing, almost going to the wall before being picked up by Oliver Parsons. That's going to bring out number 4, Kyle Poindexter, as he steps into the box. Bunts. It rolls fair. Poindexter running. Gets tagged out at first, but it does send Jackson Lowe's to second. I thought he was going to make it there for a second. He was about half a step off of first base. That's going to bring out number 1 here in the top of the third. Aledo now with a runner on second. If he gets to third, that will be the farthest an Aledo runner will have gotten tonight. Lowe's with the leadoff as number 61, Lucas Naraki, steps back into the box for his second at-bat of the evening. This head-to-head we've been talking about. Tegan Tate and Lucas Naraki. Naraki with a big swing. Tegan Tate really slowing it down there, 72 miles an hour. He was pitching close to 87, 89, and 90 miles an hour to Jackson Lowe's. Slows it down tremendously to Lucas Naraki to 73 miles an hour. Tegan Tate now, an outside pitch. That's going to bring out ball number 1. A 1-1 count now for Naraki. The pitch now from Tate, winding up and away. Knocked by Naraki, straight to second base, thrown to first and tagged out rather quickly, but it does send Jackson Lowe's to third and in scoring position. That's going to bring out number 21, Luke Gladchuk. Gladchuk with a .405 batting average and 20 RBIs. Gladchuk now looking to take this pitch from Tegan Tate. Takes a pitch on the outside corner of the box. An outside pitch again. That's going to bring out ball number 1. That time not in the strike zone. That makes it a 1-1 count now for Luke Gladchuk as he's back in the box. His hand comes down. He's set for this pitch from Tate. Tate winding up and away. Fouled off a little, just a touch late there from Gladchuk. Sends it to the left side, out of the field of play for foul ball for strike number 2. That's going to make it a 1-2 count. Tegan Tate now nodding at a call from his catcher, Jimmy, as Luke Gladchuk's ready in the box and the pitch is away. That one again, just a touch too late. 90 miles an hour coming from Luke Gladchuk, coming from Tegan Tate. 90-mile-an-hour pitch, just a little behind the swing there from Luke Gladchuk. It's going to be another foul ball. That's going to keep him at a 1-2 count. The pitch. Big swing there from Gladchuk. No contact. That's going to bring out strike number 3 for out number 3. The Amarillo Sandies crowd cheering as they've now held Aledo to no runs for 3 consecutive innings. We saw Jackson Lowe's get to third, the farthest we've seen an Aledo runner get tonight. I think a lot of evaluation and changes are being made on this Aledo offense. Number 61, Lucas Naraki, after that at-bat he just had, gets ready to step back on the mound and warm up. If you're really into baseball of any team and you just love watching, listening, or being at a baseball game, don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2026 State Baseball Championships, taking place June 4th through the 6th at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. Happy to be coming to you live from the Highly Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. Thank you for listening no matter where you are, whether you're in Abilene, Aledo, or Amarillo, or anywhere here in the great state of Texas or abroad. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and go to that comment section. Tell me where you're listening from so we know, we can see where our reach is. We're happy to have you here with us at NTX Varsity Sports at the Highly Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. Thank you for supporting both Aledo Bearcat baseball and Amarillo Sandy baseball by tuning in. Glad to have both sets of fans listening in tonight. As number 2, Austin Slaughter gets ready to step into the box. And there's a pitch from Naraki. That one on the outside. That's going to bring out ball number 1. A big slider there from Naraki. Just couldn't bring it back into the strike zone. Here's the pitch. That one tipped off by Slaughter, and that's going to bring out strike number 1 on a foul. Just a little behind on the swing there. A 2-1 count now. I mean, a 1. That pitch from Naraki called a strike on the outside middle of the strike zone, still in the zone. That's going to make it a 1-2 count. Naraki's hand back in his glove now. The pitch away. Some disagreement from the Aledo crowd on that one as it's called a ball. That's going to make it a 2-2 count. From here in the press box, it seemed if it was a ball, it was just a touch, like a hair on the outside and the bottom inside corner. There's a hit from Slaughter. It's a pop-up. Left field's calling it. He's racing to it. Up in the air, and he pulls it down. And that's going to be out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. 8:22 puts us 8 minutes away from an hour into this ball game. As number 26, Jaden Cadillo, steps into the box. Lucas Naraki on the mound, his foot on the rubber, now winding up and away. That one's going to go out of the field of play on the left side. That one is about 25 feet left of the third base foul pole. I think that wind had a little bit to do with it. That's going to bring out strike number 1 for Cadillo. And there's strike number 2, an 80-mile-an-hour curveball from Lucas Naraki. Is going to bring out strike number 2 on Cadillo. Naraki's pitch. That one hit by Cadillo. Center field racing to get it. Calling it, pulls it out of the sky. And that's going to bring out number 2 here. And that's going to send number 25, designated hitter, Xander Plowman, as he gets ready to walk up. He takes his first steps into the box for his second at-bat of the night. Plowman, a big contributor for this Amarillo Sandies team, looking to take on Lucas Naraki as he nods his head and the pitch is away. And there's strike number 1 for Plowman. Lucas Naraki showing that he can slow it down too. 78 miles an hour from Naraki down the middle. On the outside there, that's going to bring out ball number 1 for Plowman. Lucas Naraki now going through his pre-pitch motions, looking for some signs from Whitmire, nodding at that one. And the pitch. Again, just a touch on the outside there for Lucas Naraki. That's going to make it ball number 2 for a 2-1 count now for Xander Plowman as he steps into the box. Umpire's hand comes down. Naraki's ready. Hand in his glove, the pitch is away. And there's strike number 2 to make it a 2-2 count. You could hear the connection with Whitmire's glove on that one. 93 miles an hour coming in over the plate. A heater from Naraki. The pitch. Connection. Xander Plowman's ball drops behind second base. Center field sliding into it, gets it to second base to cut him off, but that sends Xander Plowman to first. with 2 outs and a 2-2 count, Xander Plowman gets a hit that drops behind second base, making him allowed to get a single there. Nicely done by Xander Plowman and the Aledo center fielder to hustle and get a hold of that ball and make sure he throws it to second base in time to cut him off. That's going to bring you out number 5, Tate Blackwell. As Blackwell throws in a pitch on the outside. Blackwell takes a pitch on the outside from Lucas Naraki for ball number 1. Naraki now back on the mound, having to readjust. The pitch. Over the middle of the plate, but came in too low, below the strike zone. That's going to bring out ball number 2 for Blackwell. As Blackwell's now back in the box with a runner on first, Lucas Naraki has 2 outs, looking to get another here. Connection there. Drops behind third base. The runner stops at second and is held as the left fielder throws it to the shortstop to keep him there at second. The runner's now at second and first for the Amarillo Sandies. That's going to bring out number 8, Ian Herrick. Naraki with 2 outs. Knowing he's kind of got a situation ahead of him. A quick conversation with Whitmire to adjust. And that sends out number 8, Ian Herrick. He's ready. Conversation between Whitmire and Naraki ends. And Herrick steps into the box. 2 outs. And there's going to be strike number 1. A pitch that had a nice slide over it, starting on the outside, coming in over home plate. 81 miles an hour, really slowing it down there for Naraki. Ian Herrick back in the box now. An 0-1 count for Herrick. Outside for ball number 1. Whitmire sliding into that one, making sure it didn't get past him, making sure those runners stay at second and first. The sign from Whitmire. Naraki nods. Hand in his glove. Here comes Naraki's pitch. That one fouled off behind him. That's going to bring out strike number 2 for Ian Herrick. Naraki now, hand in his glove. After shaking off a couple calls from Whitmire, pitches away. And a big swing there for an inside pitch. Brings out strike number 3. Strike number 3, out number 3. Lucas Naraki's 5th strikeout of the night so far. Nicely done there by Aledo. You can hear the cheers from the Aledo fans as they've now held the Amarillo Sandies to 2 consecutive no-run innings. Aledo coming out to bat for their 4th time tonight, looking to start getting their mark on the board, looking to put that first run on the scoreboard. Coming you live here from the baseball fields at ACU in Abilene, at Abilene Christian University, live from the Highly Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. You can see the signs all across the bleacher area for our broadcast. Thank you for sharing those signs, taking pictures of them if you're here. If you are live here listening, watching the game and listening, just remember there is about a 20-second delay. So what you're seeing and what you're hearing might not match up initially, but they will after that 20-second delay. Thank you so much for supporting NTX Varsity Sports here as we enter the top of the 4th inning. We're going to take a quick timeout, 30 seconds, to tell you a little bit more about our broadcast table sponsor. We'll be right back after this.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Highly Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Highly Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Landon Barnes steps into the box. His first pitch is hit, dropping at second base. Past shortstop. Shortstop trying to throw it to first. Doesn't get it off in time. Landon Barnes on the first pitch of this second at-bat makes his way to first. Like we said, coming into the top of the third and now the top of the fourth, we've said that there's going to have to be an offensive adjustment made by this Aledo Bearcat team. They're going to have to do something a little bit differently, change their approach. And we saw that off of a big first pitch swing from Landon Barnes. That's going to bring out number 24, Dylan Duran, as he's now in the box looking to take this pitch from Tate, and he does. An inside pitch there, doesn't let himself swing and get jammed up. That's going to bring out ball number 1. And that's going to be ball number 1 for a 1-0 count, coming in a little slow at 74 miles an hour. Tate now, hand in his glove, throwing it back to first, trying to get Landon Barnes out, but he tags up and he's safe. Didn't like the lead off there. Number 24, Dylan Duran now in the box, waiting his second pitch of this second at-bat. He gets a hit. That one dropping behind third base. It sends Landon Barnes to third. Landon Barnes sliding into third, and that's going to keep Dylan Duran at first. A single for Dylan Duran, but 2 bases there from Landon Barnes. Nicely done there to take the momentum off of that hit and get from first to third. Big hustle there from Landon Barnes. He's bending over, stretching out a little bit. Hand on his hips, I bet. Looked like a track star the way he rounded those bases. That's going to bring out number 30, Reed Huffman, the designated hitter for Aledo, as he gets ready to step into the box, and he does. Umpire's hand comes down. Tate's hand now in his glove, and the pitch is away. On the inside there from Tegan Tate. That's going to bring out ball number 1. And Tegan Tate in a position he hasn't faced all night long. A runner now on third and first. In scoring position, comfortably for the first time, Aledo. Reed Huffman, the designated hitter at bat. And the pitch. Showing bunt, called a strike. And that's going to make it a 1-1 count now for Reed Huffman. No outs on the board for Aledo. That first third base split, allowing the runners to get a little bit larger of a leadoff than they usually would be allowed. There is a bunt. That one high in the air, drops before the catcher can get to it. It does fall foul. That's going to keep the runners at third and first. Had some height to that bunt coming off the ball, coming off the bat there. The ball had a little bit of height. I was a little worried that Jimmy, the catcher, might have ran over and caught that one. Tegan Tate back on the mound now. Landon Barnes really eyeing that home plate. Reed Huffman in the box with a 1-2 count. The pitch. Gets it fouled off on the inside, a little jammed up for Huffman. 79 miles an hour on the inside, hit a lower part of that bat and a little late on the swing. That ball from Tate did have a nice curve to it, so I think that's kind of why Huffman got jammed up there. 1-2 count now for Huffman. Tegan Tate, hand goes in his glove, and he's winding up. The pitch is away. And a big swing there from Reed Huffman is going to bring out strike number 3 for out number 1 for Aledo. That brings out number 10, Wilson Sanim. Sanim's getting ready to step into the box. The umpire's hand still up. Wilson Sanim taking his last big deep breath, steps into the box. Umpire's hand comes down and he's set as Tegan Tate puts his hand in his glove. Nodding at a call from his catcher. Winding up, the pitch is away. Big swing there from Wilson Sanim, but it was an inside pitch. Jammed him up, no contact made. And that's going to bring out strike number 1 for Wilson Sanim. Number 10 stepping back into the box now with an 0-1 count. Tegan Tate looking to make this pitch here. Showing bunt. Pitch on the outside. That's going to bring out ball number 1. A 1-1 count now for Wilson Sanim. Getting some encouragement from the Aledo fans that have traveled to be here tonight. Collectively, about 175 Aledo fans here in Abilene. A big hit, but sends that out of the field of play on that left side. That's going to bring out a foul ball. That's going to keep him at a 1-2 count. Wilson Sinham stays alive. Got a piece of it. Now he just needs to straighten it out. That ball had a really large exit velocity on an 88-mile-an-hour pitch from Tegan Tate. Timeout called by the catcher. Wilson Sinham steps out. He had to adjust his mask. I think it got a little messed up there off that last foul ball somehow. I think on the pop-up, his mask got adjusted, so he had to fix that real quick. Tegan Tate now on the pitch. Big hit there over the second baseman's head. Drops in center field. Center fielder can't find it. And that sends Landon Barnes home to put that first run on the scoreboard of the night for Aledo. A single for Wilson Sinham, sending Dylan Duran to second. Aledo now tying the game with 1 run all. A runner on second and first. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That's going to send out number 1, Will Casey, the shortstop, as he's now in the box looking to take his second pitch of the night from Tegan Tate, and he does. An outside pitch there, but called a balk. The home plate umpire calling a balk on Tegan Tate, advancing Dylan Duran to third and Wilson Sinham to second. The Coach Johnson, the coach for Amarillo Sandies, disagreeing, going to have a conversation with the second base infield umpire, asking for some clarification. And massive disagreements from the Amarillo crowd. Cheers from the Aledo side. This meeting, timeout meeting to get clarification, does allow for a full infield staff meeting to occur. So the entire Amarillo infield staff is having a meeting with Tegan Tate on the mound. The coach now heading from that umpire meeting to Tegan Tate, telling him exactly what happened. The infield staff now high-fiving, communicating. It's a different situation than it was just a moment ago. Coming into the top of the 4th, Aledo had been down for 3 consecutive innings. Now in the top of the 4th, they have a runner on third and second. They've tied the ball game with number 1, Will Casey, the shortstop, stepping into the box now. A 1-0 count from Tegan Tate. And a foul ball there from Casey is going to make it strike number 1, a 1-1 count. A little late on the swing there. 91 miles an hour from Tegan Tate, one of his hottest balls of the night so far. Just a little late on the pitch was Casey. Tegan Tate now winding up the pitch. Away. Fouled off again behind him. We just went from a 91 mile an hour pitch over the middle to a 76 mile an hour pitch on the outside. Will Casey a little early on that one. That's the tip you heard, was the tip of the bat, a little early on the swing. No wonder, it was a 76 mile an hour pitch. Immediately following a 91 mile an hour pitch. The change in speed from Tegan Tate challenging this Aledo offense. And an outside pitch there. That's going to bring out ball number 1 to make it a 1-2 count. Just got the notification. Congratulations to our friends over in Paradise. Paradise Varsity Panthers just beat the Hooks Varsity Hornets 8-4 in their first game of the series. Congratulations to them as Tegan Tate has a pitch. That one dropping to second base. It does allow number 24, Dylan Duran, to get home. That number 1, Will Casey, getting tagged out at first. It brings out number 2, which still allows that number 24, Dylan Duran, to run home. That's why that runner on third base was so dangerous. That's the consequence of that balk we saw. That now that advances Wilson Sinham to third base. Aledo, in the top of the 4th inning, after 3 no scoring run innings in a row, scores 2 runs to take the lead in the top of the 4th. Number 2 now, Jackson Lowe's, the first baseman, in the box as he takes ball number 1 to make it a 1-0 count. Wilson sent him with a healthy lead off at third, and a hit from Jackson Lowe's goes to center field. And there's run number 3 for Aledo. Number 10, Wilson Sinham coming home. A grounder from number 2, Jackson Lowe's, comes in on the right side of second base. Shortstop was too far left, and second base was on the bag, so it rolls right into center field. A single for Jackson Lowe's and an RBI. Aledo now leads 3-1 here in the top of the 4th. Number 4, Kyle Poindexter steps into the box now. Composed, 2 outs for Aledo. Looking to take his second at-bat of the night from Tate. And there's strike 1 for Kyle Poindexter. 84 miles an hour over the middle from Tate. That's going to make it an 0-1 count. Poindexter now set in the box, looking to get ready. Is Tate. Hand in his glove, pitches away. And connection there. Up in the air. Caught by Tegan. Tate sending it away himself. Pop fly right out of the sky. Correction. I'm so sorry to those fans that celebrated. Tegan Tate was also celebrating. The ball bounced off the ground immediately off the bat and bounced so high that everybody thought it was a pop fly. So Kyle Poindexter did make it to first. I apologize for that, but it bounced off the ground so quickly and so hard, it looked like a pop fly to everyone, including the Amarillo infield staff. Speaking of the Amarillo infield staff, Coach Johnson now calling a meeting to go talk to Tegan Tate and the entire infield staff on the mound. As we have this quick timeout, we're going to take one with them. 30 seconds to tell you about our broadcast table sponsor. We'll be right back after this.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable. Peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Lucas Naraki now with 2 outs. Steps back into the box for his third at-bat of the night. After that infield staff meeting concludes, Lucas Naraki gets a grounder. That one flying to third base. The third baseman racing, gets the tag at first, sends Aledo back to the dugout to send him to the bottom of the 4th. A quick out there. Really athletic play from the third baseman. Kind of did a dive into the grounder, spinning move, like rolling over completely very quickly, throwing it to first base to make sure to get that tagged out at the bag. That's a double, I think, pain for Aledo there, as Lucas Naraki is one of the biggest bats on this team. That means we have to go through 8 more batters to see Naraki again. Here in the bottom of the 4th, we're going to keep it here momentarily. I had to take a drink of water. That's why I said we're going to keep it here, but momentarily. All right. Lucas Naraki now, after he just batted, is warming up on the mound. We're going to see him take a couple practice pitches here to get back in the swing of things. The Aledo infield staff throwing a ball around as well. Amarillo coming out under pressure for the first time tonight. After leading for the first 3 innings, 1-0, they now have a 2-run deficit. 1 inning can change kind of everything here, and that's proved by the Aledo offense. Like I said, we were tracking that for 2 innings in a row. Aledo knew they were going to have to make a change, I think, after the 2nd inning. I think the top of the 3rd inning there was them, seeing what changes to make and evaluating and seeing what changes were working and what wasn't. And now I think that showed us there on the top of the 4th that they're back. They understand the game. They adjusted much better to the different speeds from Tegan Tate. Jackson Lowe's starting us out with a first pitch, first hit situation there in the top of the 4th. Now number 1, Dylan Grider steps into the box for the Amarillo Sandies. And there's strike one from Lucas Naraki. 90 miles an hour on the outside side of the strike zone. That's going to bring out an 0-1 count now for Grider. The pitch on the outside from Naraki. That's going to bring out ball number one. Naraki now nodding at a call from Whitmire. And there's a hit bouncing on the fair side in right field. About a foot from the line, thrown to second base. And that's a double for Dylan Grider. Dylan Grider celebrating on the second base, making sure to stay on the base as shortstop did have the ball and was right behind him. I think holding the tag on him as he celebrated. That's a move we see, starting out in 14U all the way up to the majors just a couple weeks ago, where if you celebrate too much and you step off the bag and the tag's still on you, that isn't out. So good ball awareness there from Grider not to leave the bag while he celebrates. Naraki has the ball back in his possession. He's winding up. The pitch is away. And some disagreement there from the Aledo fans, but sitting here behind home plate in the press box, that one was a little bit on the outside, and that's going to bring out ball number one. We got Grider on second. Oliver Parsons at bat. And an inside pitch is going to be ball number two. Again, some disagreement there from the Aledo fans. If it was a strike, it would have been really close. I think you would have needed ABS for that one. Lucas Naraki on the mound. The pitch. That one's a strike. Down the middle at 91 miles an hour from Naraki. Making it a 2-1 count. I think the time of possession there, I think the top of the fourth inning kind of corrected the time of possession, and now we're back to more of a 50-50 split here at 8:47 p.m. An outside pitch from Naraki, and that's going to bring out ball number three. Never mind, I stand corrected. That makes it a 2-2 count. That outside pitch from Naraki called a strike. I'm going to give Connor Whitmire some framing credit there. And an inside pitch for strike number three. On the inside side of the strike zone, brings out strike number three, out number one. Nicely done there by Lucas Naraki. That brings out back to the top of the lineup for the Amarillo Sandies. Number three, Jimmy Escajeda. Jimmy at his third at-bat of the night. This means that, both lineups for Aledo and Amarillo are now back in a similar position. An outside pitch there from Naraki. That brings out ball number one. I know I questioned the last outside pitch, but that one was far enough for me to be 100% sure. There's no disagreement there from Aledo either. A 1-0 count now for Naraki and Jimmy in the box. And there's a hard and fast pitch coming in, called too far on the outside. And that's going to make it a 2-0 count. 2-0 now for Jimmy Escajeda as Lucas Naraki puts his hand back in his glove, winding up. The pitch is away. It's fouled off behind him. And with that foul ball, is going to bring out strike number one for Jimmy Escajeda. And Jimmy taking a couple warm-up swings. And he's back in the box now. A 2-1 count for Jimmy Escajeda as Lucas Naraki looks behind him to second base to see the leadoff, chooses to pitch, throws an outside pitch. A little low and on the outside. That's going to bring out ball number three to make it a 3-1 count. Something I hope nobody else sees is I think there's a touch of storm weather on the horizon. Let's just ask that it stays there for the following 3 innings. Lucas Naraki, hand in his glove, winding up, the pitch is away. and throws ball number 4, that one on the outside. That's going to put an Amarillo Sandy runner, the tying run, on first. Amarillo now with a runner on first and second base. As number 4, a substitute batter, gets ready to step into the box. The coach explaining the substitution with the umpire. It will be number 4, Golden Howell. Golden Howell getting ready to step into the box. Tomorrow for Game 2, our color commentator, Brody Gates, is going to take over about halfway. And then if there is a Game 3, Brody Gates will be bringing you Game 3. Him and I will be doing Game 2 together tomorrow at 1 o'clock. As Golden Howell, the substitute batter, now steps into the box. As he takes, welcome to the box. First time tonight, 93 miles an hour from Lucas Naraki down the middle. What a pitch to start your night out at. An 0-1 count now for Golden Howell as he gets ready. And he takes strike number 2. I think Lucas Naraki said, all right, Tegan Tate's going to play the speed up, slow down game, so am I. 93 miles an hour, drops to 76 there on a 76 mile an hour slider. Lucas Naraki with an 0-2 count, winding up, looking back at second, knowing he has a runner there. Pitches away. It falls out of the ground, or out of the glove, and allows the runners to advance to third and second base. A low inside pitch there from Naraki. Bounces in the turf before it gets to Connor Whitmire. Ends up in between the feet of everybody, and that allows the runners to advance. Amarillo now has a runner on second and third. The runner on second being the game-tying run. Amarillo with the lead run at home. As he takes, you can hear the disagreement. Called a ball. That's going to make it a 2-2 count. Umpire saying it came over the plate a little too low. Counts now 2-2. Naraki disagreeing, communicating that with Whitmire. They had a quick, brief second of communication together. The pitch from Naraki now away. Fouled off behind him. Late on the swing was Golden Howell. That's going to keep him at a 2-2 count. Golden Howell now back in the box. Lucas Naraki, hand in his glove, ready to send this pitch away, and he does. That one fouled off behind him again, a little late on that swing. 92 miles an hour from Lucas Naraki. Golden Howell's first at-bat of the night, lasting a little bit longer than some others that we've seen come up against Naraki tonight. Howell fighting to survive, a 2-2 count, ball's away. And you can hear the disagreement there. As Connor Whitmire had to go give a little bit of communication to Naraki to tell him. Naraki with a big smile on his face. I think he agrees with the Aledo fans, as do I. That ball appeared to be just on the inside side of the strike zone, but was called a ball. That's going to make it a 3-2 count for Golden Howell. The pitch now from Naraki. Called ball number 4 to make it bases loaded. That one came over dead center of the plate. Umpire saying it came down too low. And we have another batting substitution for the Aledo Sandies. Or not. And we still have number 2, Austin Slaughter, coming into bat. I don't know what that meeting was with Coach Johnson of Aledo, or of Amarillo. Now, Coach Barry communicating to his outfield, telling them to, I think, adjust, set the frame. Aledo still very upset. Their crowd which has gotten larger since I said 175. It might have broken 200 here tonight. Aledo, there's one thing about this Aledo team is they travel heavy. They love their team and they love their kids here in Aledo. Number 2, Austin Slaughter steps into the box. Bases loaded. Lead runner on first. Game-tying run on second. Slaughter in the box now. Gets a hit. That one falling in first. Fair. Called foul. It had bounced fair as it was approaching first base. The first baseman, Jackson Lowe's, did have to step. He did have a foot foul when he caught it off the bounce before he tagged up on first, so it was called a foul ball by the first base umpire. That's going to make it an 0-1 count now for Slaughter. Austin Slaughter in the box now. Naraki shaking off a call from Whitmire. Nodding at one he likes. Hand in his glove. Naraki's pitch wound up and away. And a big swing there from Austin Slaughter. That's going to bring out strike number 2. No contact there. Here's a little below the ball. Nice placement from Naraki. You can't question the placement of a ball if the batter swings at it, I guess. And cheers from Aledo there. At least they agree with that strike call. Sandies fans also in some disagreement tonight on some calls. But thus is playoff baseball. The pitch. Big swing from Austin Slaughter. No contact. Strike number 3 for out number 2. Amarillo now with 2 outs. Bases loaded, but they could walk away from the bottom of the 4th empty-handed. As number 26, Jaden Cadillo, the first baseman, steps into the box. Cadillo now winding up. And he's ready. The pitch from Naraki's away. A little low and on the outside there. Called from the umpire, makes it a ball. That's going to make it a 1-0 count. Naraki on the pitch, and it's away. Outside for ball number 2. Or strike number 1. That's going to make it a 1-1 count. Confusion, but it's okay. Naraki now on the pitch, winding up, and it's away. And in a very similar spot to the last pitch is going to result in a different call. That's going to make it a 2-1 count. For Jaden Cadillo. Lucas Naraki puts his hand in his glove, winding up, the pitch is away. Fouled off behind him. That's going to bring out strike number 2 for Cadillo to make it a 2-2 count. I think both Tegan Tate and Lucas Naraki are having to deal with an adjusted strike zone here in Abilene. And there's strike number 3. Lucas Naraki seems to have found out where that strike zone is. Big celebrations there happening from Aledo on that strikeout. After, I think, lots of investigation from Naraki, he found where that umpire wanted the ball to be placed it there consistently, leading to his 6th strikeout of the night. That one on Austin Slaughter. And that's going to bring out the top of the 5th inning here live in Abilene. Coming to you from the NTX Varsity Sports Highly Mazda of Fort Worth broadcast table. Proud to be presenting that broadcast table is Highly Mazda of Fort Worth, and we're so happy to have them with us and representing them as we travel with Aledo Athletics in the postseason here for baseball and softball. Speaking of softball, tomorrow, 4 p.m., whether or not there's a Game 3, you can stream on 2 devices. You can listen to both baseball and softball at the same time. 4 o'clock tomorrow. As Kevin Longquist, voice of the Aledo Bearcats, will be in Graham, Texas for the regional final round of the softball playoffs. The winner of that one game, winner takes all round, will move on to the state semifinals. Speaking of state, why don't we tell you a little bit about state baseball? You don't have to be an Aledo fan or an Amarillo Sandies fan. You can just be a baseball fan to enjoy what I'm about to tell you. So make sure to do not miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2026 Baseball Championships, taking place June 4th through June 6th at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. As number 21, Luke Gladchuk gets ready to step into the box. And he does. Tegan Tate's pitch is away. And that's going to be ball number 1 for Luke Gladchuk's third at-bat of the night. Luke Gladchuk now with an 1-0 count. Takes strike number 1. And that pitch from Tegan Tate looked very similar to that last round of pitches we saw from Lucas Naraki. I think they've done a little bit of learning from each other as Luke Gladchuk gets a smack on the ball. And the shortstop is going to run and catch that pop fly out of the sky. It just made contact with shortstop. That ball hung in the air for quite some time. That's going to bring out number 8, Landon Barnes, the batter that started out so strong there in the top of the 4th inning for Aledo. Landon Barnes now in the box, getting set. As he takes strike 1, 73 miles an hour from Tegan Tate. And Landon Barnes gets a foul there. A little later on that swing, I think Tegan Tate's made the same adjustments we saw Naraki make there in the back half of the bottom of the 4th. Adjusting to this umpire. And an inside pitch there is going to be called ball number 1 to make it a 1-2 count. Tate now back on the mound. Winding up to Barnes, and it's away. That's going to be a ball number 2 on the outside. Called a ball. That's going to make it a 2-2 count now for Landon Barnes. Tegan Tate winding up. The pitch is away. Connection. Dropped in front of shortstop. Landon Barnes hustling. Is called safe at first base. A huge hustle. Very big effort from Landon Barnes. A grounder to shortstop. Landon Barnes beats the tag at the base.
Come on, D. You got it.
Nicely done there from Landon Barnes to hustle his way to first. That's going to bring out number 24, Dylan Duran, another Aledo batter that saw his way home last inning. Duran in the box now. So the home plate umpire deferring to the first base umpire to see if that was a swing or not. Dylan Duran called safe, so that's going to bring out ball number 1. A 1-0 count for Dylan Duran as he has connection. That one is going to end up being called foul, and that's going to be strike number 1 to make it a 1-1 count for Dylan Duran. It had looked like it was going to be fair, but the same thing that we saw Jackson Lowe's happen to him there last inning. The third baseman caught the ball with, 1 foot on the foul side, so that was a foul ball. It would have eventually been foul had the third baseman not, made an attempt on it, but he had grabbed it on the foul side. He didn't reach for it from the fair side. The scoreboard here says an 0-2 count. We're waiting for the umpire signal to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. And I'm right. It's a 1-1 count. Umpire makes his signal. It's a 1-1 count. I knew it was. There we go. And there's Dylan Duran getting deferred. The ball instead is thrown back to first base towards Landon Barnes, asking Landon Barnes to shorten that lead off. He does not. As soon as Tegan Tate has the ball back, Landon Barnes, and an over pitch sends Landon Barnes with a big turnaround. Almost, he was halfway to third. Wondering if the runner or if the catcher was just going to throw it to second off of instinct because he was already halfway to third. The catcher, Jimmy, very quick to see that and throw it to third base to cut off Landon Barnes. Landon Barnes very quick to make his hustle to get to second. Dylan Duran now takes strike number 2. A 2-2 count now. So what happened there to allow Landon Barnes was Tegan Tate threw an outside pitch that the catcher couldn't reach in time, so it sent it into the backstop. No contact from the batter, made it a fair ball. And a big swing there from Dylan Duran. That's going to bring out strike number 3 for out number 2. And that's going to bring out the designated hitter, number 30, Reed Huffman. Huffman, who did get out his last at-bat at first, was instrumental in making sure that Landon Barnes and Dylan Duran got advancements. I think he had a bunt last time that was thrown to first for a tag out, but it did advance the runners really well. A different situation on base now as Landon Barnes sliding into third. Third base is overthrown. Landon Barnes running his way home, tags home, and he's safe. Landon Barnes saw the pitch coming in, decided to steal third, slides into third, but as he's sliding in, third base was overthrown by the catcher. That ball ending up in between third base and the left fielder, allowing Landon Barnes time to round third, get back up after a slide, and run down the third baseline home. Reed Huffman now, with nobody to worry about in the infield. Take strike number 1 to make it a 1-1 count. Tegan Tate now with the ball back in his possession, hand in his glove. He's winding up. The pitch is away. And some disagreement there from the Amarillo Sandies. The home plate umpire deferred to the first base umpire on to see if it was a swing or not. I don't know if it should have mattered because if you heard, it did tip off the bat, but that doesn't matter. Big swing from Reed Huffman, dropping in left field. Left fielder can't get it. It rolled past him. Reed Huffman now, rounding second. He's going to third. He stops at third. A triple for Reed Huffman off of an error from the left fielder. The Amarillo Sandies fans couldn't be any more upset than they are right now. Big celebrations coming from Aledo. And that's going to bring out number 10, Wilson Sinham. Sinham with a runner now in the form of Reed Huffman, also in scoring position. Landon Barnes, a key instrument in this game tonight. Sinham takes an inside pitch, almost getting hit. Tegan Tate's going to have to shake that one off. As he knew as soon as you saw it, as he knew as soon as the ball left his glove, that one was going to be too far on the inside. The coach for the Amarillo Sandies now approaching the mound, calling a timeout for a full infield staff meeting. I think he's checking up with his pitcher. As he's having that meeting, it is 9:08 here in Abilene. That means we've had an hour and 10 minutes of baseball so far. Nope, I said that wrong. An hour and 40 minutes of baseball so far. This game approaching the 2-hour mark here at the top of the 5th. The home plate umpire now approaching that infield staff meeting at the mound. I think he's telling him to be a little more concise. The coach laughs it off, shakes the umpire's hand, and that concludes the infield staff meeting. It is going to be Tegan Tate remaining on the mound. I think they had to build a little bit of a plan and make their own adjustments. We saw Aledo have to make offensive and defensive adjustments here early in this game. we're seeing, I think, Amarillo having to make some defensive adjustments now. Wilson Sinem back in the box. Takes an inside pitch again from Tegan Tate. That's going to bring out ball number 2. The pitch. Connection. Going. Dropping. Right field. It's going into the wall. It bounces off the wall. Wilson Sinem gets a double and an RBI, sending Reed Huffman home. That puts Aledo 5 runs deep here in the top of the 5th. After 3 consecutive non-scoring innings in a row for Aledo. They showed up in the top of the 4th, leading off that with Landon Barnes, who had a really good 4th inning, and then showed up again with Landon Barnes there in the top of the 5th. Reed Huffman also showing up in the top of the 5th. Now up to bat is number 1, Will Casey. As Casey gets a strike. And that's going to make it an 0-1 count now for Will Casey. Wilson Sinem on second with the leadoff. Connection there from Will Casey. Straight to first base. The first baseman quick to run over and tag up first for the force out for out number 3. That's going to send us to the bottom of the 5th here in Abilene, where it's 9-11. Like we said, we've had an hour and 41 minutes of baseball. We're live here in Abilene at the Hiley Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. We're going to take a quick timeout to tell you a little bit more about our broadcast table sponsor. Don't go anywhere. We're coming into the bottom of the 5th with plenty more baseball left to play here tonight.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to the Hiley Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table here live in Abilene tonight, as the Aledo Bearcats have taken possession of this game, now leading 5-1. The Amarillo Sandies having led the first 3 innings consecutively until we got to the top of the 5th, where number 8, Landon Barnes, has had a standout kind of night. Landon Barnes, the leadoff batter there in the top of the 4th, coming out, hitting the ball immediately off the first pitch from Tegan Tate. Speaking of pitchers, we now have Garrett Love pitching for Aledo. Lucas Naraki has retired from the game. He will still be up to bat, I believe, but that will be his last pitch for the series. Garrett Love with a 29 IP, 9 games pitched, a 5-0 record. And a big swing there from number 25, Xander Plowman. Xander Plowman, the designated hitter for the Amarillo Sandies. Stepping back into the box now to take this pitch from Love. Love's pitch wound up on the outside. I didn't even get the chance to say away. It was so fast, his wind up. Garrett Love, hand in his glove, adjusting. Xander Plowman now back in the box. And a tip-off foul sends it behind him. That's going to bring out strike number 2 for Xander Plowman. Garrett Love getting encouragement from these Aledo fans that have traveled this far to be here. I'm sure he's getting plenty of encouragement from the Aledo fans that couldn't make the 2.5-hour drive out to Abilene today. Garrett Love on the pitch is away, and a big swing there. That's going to bring out strike number 3. Garrett Love's first strikeout of the night is going to send us now with number 8, Ian Herrick. Nope, so sorry. Number 5, Tate Blackwell. Tate Blackwell getting ready to step back into the box. He had a nice hit his last time out. Tate Blackwell now, his 4th at-bat of the night. Takes a big swing. That one over the ball. Garrett Love's pitch coming in had a nice drop to it. Came in very low at 81 miles an hour. Tate Blackwell now in the box. And there's a hit. That's a pop-up. First baseman trying to get to it, but it falls out of the field of play on the right side. That's going to bring out strike number 2 for an 0-2 count now for Tate Blackwell. As he gets ready to step back into the box, he takes some adjustments, goes through a pre-bat ritual. And he does. He's now back in the box. Garrett Love, hand in his glove already, winding up, and the pitch is away. And a heater there from Garrett Love coming in at 92 miles an hour. On the outside and too low. That's going to bring out ball number 1 to make it a 1-2 count. We're here at the bottom of the 5th. Tate Blackwell now back in the box. Garrett Love on the pitch. And a big swing there brings out strike number 3. No contact from Tate Blackwell. And that's out number 2. 2 strikeouts in a row for Garrett Love. And that brings out number 8, Ian Herrick. Garrett Love's hand is in his glove already. He's winding up, and the pitch is away. And there's a heater coming in at 93 miles an hour from Garrett Love down the middle. No curveball, just straight gas from Garrett Love on that one. That brings out strike number 1. Love winding up now, and the pitch is away. An inside strike there on the inside side of the strike zone, slowing it down from 92 miles an hour, pulling it back down into the 80s. That pitch coming in at 81. And connection there from Ian Herrick. Sends it to shortstop. Shortstop now throwing. Tagged out at first. Out number 3. Garrett Love's first inning pitch tonight, and it's a perfect one. Nobody reached base there. Nicely done showing up and out for Garrett Love. That's going to send us to the top of the 6th live in Abilene. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick timeout as Tegan Tate returns to the mound for the Amarillo Sandies. Coming to you live from Abilene at the Hiley Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. We got a message from the UIL to send to your way, and then we're going to tell you a little bit about a broadcast table partner. We'll be right back after that.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Leading off for the Bearcats, number 2, Jackson Lowe's, as he takes strike number 1. Lowe's with an inside strike there on that one. And another big swing there. No contact for strike number 2. Tegan Tate now throwing 70 miles an hour consecutively on those past 2 pitches. Connection there from Jackson Lowe's. He drops it behind shortstop in the gap between center and left. Lowe's gets to first, thinks about rounding, but stays at first base. A single there for Jackson Lowe's, leading off here in the top of the 6th inning. That's going to bring out number 4, Kyle Poindexter. Poindexter for his 3rd at-bat of the night. And he gets a foul ball. Really inside pitch there from Tegan Tate. And he gets jammed up, or he jams up Kyle Poindexter. Poindexter with kind of a late swing makes contact with that pitch rather low on his bat. Tegan Tate getting some new baseballs from the home plate umpire allows Kyle Poindexter to run over to Coach Barry down that 3rd base line. Took a quick note from him. And Poindexter now back in the box. Makes connection. Sends it behind first. Poindexter makes his way to first and a safe. A single for Poindexter, sending Jackson Lowe's to second. And that's going to send out for the 4th time tonight at bat, Lucas, No Lucas Naraki. Lucas Naraki has been retired from the game. That's going to be number 23, Garrett Love, for his first at-bat of the night. Garrett Love having just pitched 3 outs in a row there at the bottom of the 5th. Stepping into bat for the first time tonight. Gets a bunt off the rip. That one's foul down the first base line. Tegan Tate meeting with his catcher for a quick note. I think they're making a quick plan of attack, as now there's an Aledo runner on first and second. Garrett Love in the box now for Aledo. Tegan Tate handing his glove, winding up, and the pitch is away. Showing bunt again. That one is fair. He's running to first, tagged out at first, but that only is out number 1, which allows number 2, Jackson Lowe's, to get to 3rd, and number 4, Kyle Poindexter, to get to 2nd. Garrett Love with the bunt, rolls fair, races his way to first. Advancing the runners with the short game. That's going to bring out number 21, Luke Gladchuck, as Luke Gladchuck gets ready for his 4th at-bat of the night. He's now in the box. He's got a runner on 3rd and 2nd. He has a mission in front of him. Tegan Tate now winding up his pitch, and it's away. An outside strike call there for Luke Gladchuck, and that's going to bring out strike number 1 for an 0-1 count. Lowe's with a healthy leadoff on 3rd. Poindexter with a healthy leadoff on 2nd, looking for some help from Gladchuck. And connection there is made, but it's sent foul down the first base side into the visiting dugout. As Luke Gladchuck now back in the box. Tegan Tate nodding at a call now from his catcher. Pitches away. Connection there from Gladchuck. The second baseman dropped the ball. It had bounced off the ground. Second baseman number 5 was running up to catch it, but it fell through his glove. Misconnection there from the second baseman allows Luke Gladchuck to get the single. He gets to first, sending Jackson Lowe's number 2 home for the 6th run of the night from Aledo. Aledo now with a 1 out only, not from Gladchuck. Gladchuck's on first. We also have Point Dexter on third. And that sends in number 8, Landon Barnes, kind of the all-star player of this Aledo offense tonight, as he's up to bat, takes an outside pitch. That does allow that outside pitch dropped in the turf. The Amarillo catcher had a hard time receiving that one, and that allowed number 21, Luke Gladchuck, to advance to second. Landon Barnes holding off Kyle Point Dexter, telling him to stay at third. And a foul ball sent behind him, and that's going to bring out strike number 1. A 1-1 count for Landon Barnes as he gets ready, and he's back in the box now to take this pitch from Tegan Tate. His 4th at-bat of the night. His past 2 at-bats have been really well done. An outside pitch there from Tegan Tate's going to bring out ball number 2 to make it a 2-1 count. Two-one. Landon Barnes back in the box now. Tegan Tate waiting for a call he liked from his catcher. Landon Barnes finally stepping out of the box after waiting for a second. Calling a timeout. Landon Barnes now back in the box with a runner on third and second. Landon Barnes with 1 out on the board steps back into the box, still waiting on a pitch from Tegan Tate. I think Tate finally found one he liked, wound up and away. Inside there, jammed him up. Landon Barnes swung at it. I think it slid inside more than he was expecting to. One of the faster pitches we've seen from Tegan Tate tonight, coming in at 87 miles an hour. Tate now back on the mound. Landon Barnes in the box. A 2-2 count. Tate's hands in his glove. He's winding up, and the pitch is away. Connection there from Landon Barnes. It's sent to right field. Dropped by the right fielder. In comes Point Dexter. Gladchuck is at third. And that's going to put Landon Barnes on first for another time tonight for a 3rd straight inning. Landon Barnes has been on base. Another error there costing the Amarillo Sandies greatly, as the catcher now calls for an infield staff meeting, going to review with Tegan Tate. They're making a plan. There's only 1 out on the board, and they got to figure out a way to get out of this. Looking into right field, though, you can see the bullpen. Really nice facilities here, as this is a college stadium. They have a home bullpen that looks great. And we have movement in the bullpen. There's been someone warming up for a second now, and it looks like he's running this way. We have a player for the Amarillo Sandies running, making his way from the bullpen. Thinking he might be called on. The infield staff meeting does come to an end, though. We do expect a pitching change either this inning or the following inning in the 7th. Number 24, Dylan Duran, the 3rd baseman now, steps into the box for his 4th at-bat of the night. With a runner on first and third. Connection from Dylan Duran immediately. Bouncing in left field. Sending number 21, Luke Gladchuck, home. Landon Barnes now on third. Dylan Duran at third. That puts the Aledo Bearcats now at 8 runs total. And that puts Landon Barnes on third base, and Dylan Duran sits at first. We now have number 30, Reed Huffman, the designated hitter, coming back out to bat, as he's now in the box. Connection there from Reed Huffman. out of the field of play, about 5 feet on the right side of that right field foul pole. If it could have been straightened up just a little bit, that one would have been out of the park from Reed Huffman. Reed Huffman now stepping back into the box. Tegan Tate on the rubber, winding up, and the pitch is away. Inside pitch, jammed up Reed Huffman. He swung at it, hit a lower part on the bat a little late on the swing, and that's going to be strike number 2 on a second foul ball. Tegan Tate now on the mound as Reed Huffman steps back into the box. The pitch comes in a little low, and Dylan Duran steals second base. A pitch coming in a little low over the plate. It was in the middle, but it was just below the strike zone. And that's going to bring out ball number 1 for a 1-2 count. Dylan Duran now takes a healthy lead off of second as Landon Barnes. And a connection dropped. And we got a pickle. Landon Barnes is in a pickle and gets tagged out at third base. Dylan Duran, we saw some slow baseball movement there, as we did have a connection from Reed Huffman, sending it behind second base. The shortstop, seeing that, Dylan Duran had already taken off from second to third. Landon Barnes was going to take off to home. He couldn't return to third. Got caught in that third home pickle, but Dylan Duran was already on third. He couldn't leave, so the shortstop just ran him down, underhand tossed it to the catcher, and he ended up getting out. An inside pitch there for number 10, Wilson Sinham. That's going to bring out ball number 1. 2 outs now off of that pickle for the Amarillo Sandies against the Aledo Bearcats here in the top of the 6th. Wilson Sinham back in the box. A 1-0 count. Connection there from Sinham straight to first base. First baseman tags the force out at first, and that's out number 3. That sends this top of the 6 away. 3 runs. 2 runners left on base there. Aledo now with 8 runs off of 8 hits. Errors are the name of the game tonight for the Sandies. Some really big errors at critical moments that I don't know if it's humidity or what's going on, but that baseball seems a little bit more slippery than normal. We're going to take a 30-second timeout to tell you about our broadcast table sponsor, Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. We thank them for sponsoring our broadcast table and allowing us to travel with these Aledo Bearcats. We'll be right back after this.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Welcome back to the Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth broadcast table, live in Abilene tonight at Abilene Christian University, where the Aledo Bearcats have really broken out of this baseball game, leading now 8-1 after 3 really productive innings in a row. It's been kind of a mirror image for Aledo Bearcats. The first 3 innings, no runs scored at all. And then after learning both on offense and on defense, they had to make adjustments based on the Amarillo Sandies defense and the umpire. They had to make adjustments for how the Tegan Tate was pitching the ball. And after they made those adjustments in the first 3 innings, they've scored 3 runs, 2 runs, and 3 runs back-to-back. We now have Amarillo Sandies stepping into the box with Dylan Greider as he takes the pitch from Garrett Love on the outside and low for ball number 1. Love on the pitch. Throws strike one to make it a 1-1 count on Grider. A lot of A's tonight. Abilene, Amarillo, and Aledo. Wherever you're listening, thank you for tuning in to ntxvarsitysports.com. Garrett Love on the pitch, wound up and away. And there's strike number 2. That one coming in at 91 miles an hour. A 1-2 count now for Dylan Grider. Garrett Love on the pitch. The home plate umpire checking with the first base line judge, calling it a swing, and there's strike number 3 from Garrett Love. That's another strikeout for Garrett Love, his 3rd of the night. This is just his 2nd inning pitched. And that's going to send up Oliver Parsons, number 11. Oliver Parsons having his 4th at-bat of the night now. Parsons now in the box. Garrett Love winding up, and this pitch is away. Connection there from Parsons. Straight to shortstop. Shortstop now throwing. Tagged out at first, and that's out number 2. Nicely done there by number 1, Will Casey, for the hurry-up. Really close race there at first base. Nicely done by Oliver Parsons. He was just half a step too late, tagging that base. And that's going to send us back to the top of the Amarillo Sandies lineup. Jimmy Escajeda now stepping into the box for his 5th time tonight. Jimmy on the pitch, takes an inside one, didn't like it, didn't allow himself to get jammed up. Now it's going to bring out ball number 1 for a 1-0 count. Garrett Love on the pitch, and it's away. Connection there, but it's out of the field of play behind him. That's going to bring up a foul ball. That foul ball is going to bring out strike number 1 for a 1-1 count now for Jimmy Escajeda. Garrett Love winding up on the pitch. Sends it at 89 miles an hour. That one just low and on the outside. And that's going to be ball number 2 to make it a 2-1 count for Jimmy Escajeda as he now takes this pitch. Thought about swinging, but he pulled it back at the last second and takes ball number 3. A 3-1 count now for Jimmy Escajeda as Garrett Love gets readjusted, gets set on the mound. Garrett Love has not seen a runner on base since he took over. And he's winding up and away now. On the outside, and there's runner number 1 for Garrett Love on a walk. And that sends Jimmy Escajeda to first base. That's going to bring out number 7, Talon Jones, for the Amarillo Sandies. Garrett Love on the pitch, winding up now. And there's strike 1 from Love to Talon Jones. Garrett Love winding up to this pitch. That one coming in at 87 miles an hour is going to be called ball number 1. A little low on the outside from Garrett Love on that one. A 1-1 count now for Talon Jones. And there's ball number 2. That one again, Garrett Love slowing it down, but that one coming again on the low and outside. Trying to make him reach for it. Talon Jones not really having much of it. A 2-1 count now for Jones in the box. Garrett Love winding up his pitch, and it's away. Again on that outside low side. That's going to bring out ball number 3 to make it a 3-1 count. Talon Jones stepping out of the box to readjust, goes through his pre-bat ritual, knowing he's got a 3-1 count. he calls, no, it's Aledo. Aledo calls a timeout. Going to go reevaluate with Garrett Love. Here comes Connor Whitmire, the catcher. A quick meeting, just talking game plan, evaluating where to put the ball with this 3-1 count. Whitmire now having a quick conversation. And that concludes that little pitcher-catcher meeting that we just saw. I think they took the note from the coach and elaborated on it just a little bit further. 3-1 count now for Garrett Love. Talon Jones getting ready to step back into the box. He has to go through that pre-bat ritual again, and he does. He's in the box now. 3-1 count for Talon Jones as Garrett Love is on the mound. He's set, winding up. And the ball's away. A big swing there from Talon Jones. Garrett Love's pitch coming in at 89 miles an hour. That's strike number 2 to make it a full count. Garrett Jones now nodding at a call from Whitmire. His hand goes in his glove. He's winding up, and the pitch is away. And there's strike 3. Strike 3 for out number 3 sends us to the top of the 7th. Aledo Bearcats will come back to bat one more time in this game. Unless something drastic changes in the bottom of the 7th, this will be the final inning. I think this is kind of how Coach Barry, if you listen to that pregame interview, expected the game to go. He said it's going to be a game of adjustments. You're going to have to watch the pitcher. Speaking of which, Tegan Tate is on the mound warming up right now, so we will maintain with Tegan Tate on the mound tonight for this final at-bat for the Aledo Bearcats. I'm going to keep it here as we transition into the top of the 7th inning. If you're interested in sponsoring the Aledo broadcast, reach out to Parker, P-A-R-K-E-R, at lkcmmedia.com. That was Parker at lkcmmedia.com. We do have some sponsorship opportunities available. We'd love to get in contact with you. But right now, I'm all honed in on Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, our broadcast table sponsor. Thank you so much for our partnership with Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, allowing us to travel with these teams, the baseball and softball teams, out to Abilene for this series against Amarillo and to Graham tomorrow for the softball series against Abilene. Now coming up to bat for the first time tonight, number 6, Kaylor Mason, as he takes an inside pitch. He was ready to wear that one. He didn't even adjust. That one was inches from his shoulder. This is Kaylor's, like we said, Kaylor's first at-bat of the night. He takes strike number 1. Tate Teagan not slowing down his pitch. 87 miles an hour, 7 full innings pitched, still coming in strong. Connection there from Kaylor. Go straight to second base. Second baseman sliding into it. A nice athletic play there by the second baseman for the Amarillo Sandies. Throws it to first for the tag out. And we have a meeting now with the Amarillo Sandies coach, the infield staff meeting. It looks like we might be getting a pitching adjustment as everybody's clapping and shaking hands with Tegan Tate. And out comes number 10 with his glove in hand. Tegan Tate getting a large round of applause. The dugout empties for him to receive him. 7 innings pitched in tonight. Now coming out to pitch will be number 10, Ethan Silva. Ethan Silva is going to take about 1 minute to 2 minutes to warm up, so we're going to take a 60-second timeout. I'm going to take a drink of water, and we'll be right back here at the top of the 7th. After this, we're going to tell you a message from the UIL and a message from our broadcast table sponsor, Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with more Aledo Bearcats baseball after this.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.
Welcome back to the Aledo Bearcats broadcast table here in Abilene, where Jackson Lowe's number 2 is stepping up to bat now for the Bearcats. He gets connection off the rip, and the shortstop throwing it, gets the tag out at first. That's out number 2 for the Bearcats here in the top of the 7th. Ethan Silva throwing 70 miles an hour there to Jackson Lowe's. That does bring out number 4, Kyle Poindexter. Poindexter for his 4th at-bat of the night. And it's away. On the inside, that's going to bring out ball number 1. Pitch for Silva. Connection, called foul for Kyle Poindexter. That's going to bring out strike number 1 on that foul ball to make it a 1-1 count. Kyle Poindexter now back in the box. Looking to take this pitch from Ethan Silva. Silva winding up, and his pitch is away. That's a foul ball. A little late on the swing there from Poindexter. That pitch coming in at 65 miles an hour. Our slowest pitch seen tonight. I think that's why Kyle Poindexter was a little behind on it. He didn't know when it was coming in. The pitch. Connection there from Poindexter. Dropping in right field. The throw to second. That's going to be a single for Poindexter as he gets to first base. Thank you for tuning in, like we said, to the NTX Varsity Sports broadcast table, or NTX Varsity Sports broadcast of the Aledo Bearcats, live from the Hiley Mazda Fort Worth broadcast table. We've really enjoyed being able to travel with these Bearcats and really share this experience with you on their playoff run here in Game 1 of this series. Garrett Love takes a low pitch from Ethan Silva for ball number 1. That pitch coming in at 70 miles an hour. Connection there from Garrett Love, sending it past second base. Kyle Poindexter now at second. Garrett Love gets the single and is at first. That's going to bring out number 21, Luke Gladchuk. And we have a quick meeting with the catcher and the pitcher, Ethan Silva, as Garrett Love gets a courtesy runner to first. Aledo now with a runner on first and second. Number 21, Luke Gladchuk, with a 1-0 count. Luke Gladchuk stepping into the box with an 0-0 count. The pitch on the outside. That's going to bring out ball number 1 from Ethan Silva. Ethan Silva now nodding at a call from his catcher, looking back to the runner on second. Pitches, connection there from Luke Gladchuk, sends it behind him. Hits the roof of the press box. And that's going to bring out strike number 1 for Gladchuck. A 1-1 count now for him. Ethan Silva nodding at a call. Winding up, the pitch is away. Connection there. Another foul ball from Gladchuck. That one going towards left field, out of the field of play. Luke Gladchuck now back in the box. Ethan Silva nodding at a call. I think he was waiting for the one he liked. And now he's winding up, and the pitch. On the inside, almost hitting Luke Gladchuck in the shoulder. I don't think Gladchuck was going to adjust to that one. That pitch coming in at 58 miles an hour from Ethan Silva. That makes it a 2-2 count. Connection there from Gladchuck. Bouncing second base, drops it. And here comes Kyle Poindexter sliding into home, but he's tagged out. And that's going to be out number 3 in the top of the 7th. And that's going to send us here in Abilene to the bottom of the 7th, where Aledo still leads 8-1. We're going to keep you with us. Due to being here in Abilene, we're a little disconnected than we usually are. We usually have a table set up right outside the dugout, so it makes it really easy access post-game for players and coaches from Aledo. Since we are at a college stadium, we are in the press box, which is much further away from the dugout, meaning our post-game show tonight will be rather short, more congratulatory, I think, towards the Bearcats as Garrett Love warms up right now. And we'll tell you the details for tomorrow's games, and we'll wrap it up, I think, here in a bow here shortly. No interviews tonight. As Garrett Love, I think, finishes his warm-ups. The Aledo Sandies batters warming up in unison. Watching these pitches come in from Love. I think going through, as if they were in the box. We're going to have number 3 leading off. Number 2 leading off, Austin Slaughter. And then it's going to be number 26, Jaden Cadillo. And then number 25, Xander Plowman. That's who's at bat, on deck, and in the hole. At bat, number 2, Austin Slaughter. On deck, number 26, Jaden Cadillo. And in the hole is going to be Xander Plowman, number 25. Number 2, Austin Slaughter, now stepping into the box. Garrett Love walking up to the mound now. His foot's on the rubber. And a swing there. No. Called safe by the third baseline judge. No swing. That's going to bring out ball number 1. A 1-0 count now for Austin Slaughter as he gets ready to step into the box. And he does. Garrett Love on the pitch. Winding up, and the pitch is away now. Connection from Austin. Straight to second base. Second base now to first. Tagged out at the bag. That's going to be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. That brings up number 26, Jaden Cadillo.
Next up for the Sandies, number 26, Jaden Cadillo.
Jaden Cadillo now stepping into the box to take this pitch from Garrett Love. And he gets connection, sending it out of the field of play on the left side. Connection there from Cadillo. Center field racing towards it, but it's caught by left field. That's out number 2. Number 25 with Aledo standing and clapping. That's that noise you hear. All the Aledo fans are now standing. Garrett Love winding up to pitch to Xander Plowman. There's strike number 1. Aledo looking to put this game away to send it to game 2 tonight. And an inside pitch there from Garrett Love is going to bring out ball number 1. Inside and low, bouncing in the turf before it got to home plate. Xander Plowman still getting all the encouragement from his dugout and his fans being loud. There's strike number 2. Oh, ball number 2. A 2-1 count now. You can hear the disagreement from the Aledo fans on that one. Garrett Love winding up, and this pitch is away. On the outside, that's going to make it a 3-1 count. Xander Plowman steps out of the box, takes another warm-up swing, resets, goes through that pre-bat ritual, and is in the box now. Garrett Love with his glove in his hand, winding up and sends it away. And there's strike number 2 to make it a full count. And there's strike number 3. Garrett Love sends it away. And that's the ball game, folks. Aledo winning game 1 of this series, 8-1. For 3 innings tonight, it felt like this game was still waiting for someone to take control of it. After the Amarillo Sandies scored in the bottom of the first, it felt like we were waiting for someone to really take control of this game, whether it be Amarillo or Aledo. 2 powerhouse programs, 2 elite teams still undefeated in playoff play coming into the game. Pitchers dealing, defenses locked in for those first 3 innings. Every inning carrying the kind of tension only Texas playoff baseball can create. And then the defending state champions broke it wide open. The Aledo Bearcats exploded offensively after a scoreless start, planting 3 runs in the 4th inning, 2 more in the 5th, and another 3 in the 6th to power their way to an impressive 8-1 victory over the Amarillo Sandies here tonight in Game 1 of the regional semifinal series. And leading the charge tonight for Aledo, from my point of view, was Landon Barnes. A standout performance under the lights for that young man, the kind of night championship runs are built around. 3 large at-bats for him, all making a large difference in this game. When the Bearcats needed energy offensively, Barnes delivered. When momentum started shifting, he helped push it, completing it completely into the Aledo dugout. Big swings, big-time baseball on one of the biggest stages these players have seen all season long. And once Aledo found that spark offensively, in the 4th inning, you could feel the entire atmosphere change. The dugout for Aledo came alive. The Aledo crowd got louder. The pressure mounted on Amarillo with every pitch. And inning by inning, the Bearcats started looking more and more like the reigning 5A Division I state champions, determined to defend their title all the way back to Austin. What made tonight's win so impressive was the patience by Aledo. No panic through those first 3 scoreless innings. They didn't force the moment. They had trust in their lineup, trust in the preparation, and trust that eventually the opportunity would come and learn lessons in those first 3 innings. And when that opportunity did come, Aledo capitalized on it in a major way. Now the series shifts to tomorrow afternoon, with the Bearcats sitting 1 win away from advancing to the regional final round. But playoff baseball has a way of resetting quickly. Tonight was momentum. Tomorrow becomes survival for Amarillo. The Sandies will enter Game 2 with their season on the line, and that usually brings out a team's absolute best effort. So while tonight was a statement victory for Aledo, the job is not finished yet. As Kobe once said, job's not done. 1 more win stands between the Bearcats and another regional final appearance. Final score once again tonight from the Abilene Christian University. The Aledo Bearcats 8, the Amarillo Sandies 1. For everyone behind the scenes with NTX Varsity Sports, a Worldwide Ranch production, thank you for spending your evening with us and supporting Texas high school baseball. I'm Parker Burrows, joined tonight by Brody Gates, saying goodnight from Abilene, where Landon Barnes and the Bearcats shine in Game 1 and move within one win of the region finals. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon for Game 2 at 1 o'clock. Good night from NTX Varsity Sports.
They've got the diploma. Now give them something even more valuable: peace of mind. At Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth, Mazda vehicles are built with advanced safety technology to help protect your new driver with every trip. And right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, a smarter, safer SUV for the road ahead. Hiley Mazda of Fort Worth. Send them safe so they can drive with confidence.